Among the aficionados of American folk music, the name Bob Dylan, I'm told, is murmured with hushed respect. He it was who wrote the now famous protest song called Blowin' in the Wind. He's just arrived here to sing at the Royal Festival Hall, and his latest protest is called With God on Our Side.
Indians died, the country was young, with God on its side. The Spanish-American wars had its day, and the Civil War too was soon laid away, and the names of the heroes I was made to memorize, with guns in their hands and God on their side. Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and and you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone.
Bob Dylan, filming in Britain in his first acting role for 10 years. The film is called Hearts of Fire. Dylan's director is Richard Marquand, who also made Jagged Edge and Return of the Jedi.
I think it's great. I think Bob is on a personal high in his career. He's sort of come back again. We're seeing it.
Do you find him difficult to cope with? I mean, his difficulties are legendary.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart. He's a real sweetheart.
Changing.
Maybe give us a bit more over this side. Bob, would you mind taking your glasses off just for a couple of shots? Would you mind? Yeah, just put your arms around his shoulders.
Dylan's co-stars are the British actor Rupert Everett and the American singer Fiona.
Bob. Can we do just one very quick one, just without the glasses?
Bob, you've directed a film yourself, Ronaldo and Clara, and you're not very well known for singing or speaking other people's words. Why did you decide to commit to this film?
Oh, it was just the right time, right place, the right words.
The right words.
Just on the Sunday Times, I'd like to know why one of the biggest poets and musicians of this century feels he has to play someone who's a retired star. Why isn't he a performing star as he is? Such a great star. Why is he bothering?
That's a nice question.
Well, this is just a movie.
I want to know more.
It's just a movie.
Why aren't you writing poetry? Why aren't you doing the things you're really great at?
Excuse me?
Why aren't you writing poetry and doing the things you're really best at?
Well, I do. But I'm just taking some time off here, Getting into something a little different.
Does that mean you're relaxing?
Yeah.
So you're not going to be trying?
Excuse me?
So does that mean you're not going to be trying?
He's leading the witness.
Oh, no, no. I'm going to be trying very much.
Why didn't you write the script yourself?
Oh, I couldn't have written a script like this. This is beyond me.
I don't think it is. Why are you so modest? Why are you pretending to be inadequate? You're one of the great writers of this age. Why don't you have to write the script yourself?
I don't know. I'm just trying something different right now, you know.
In the words of Billy Parker, it says here, you say, you wake up, you're a star, so you're a star, but there ain't nothing to you no more, you're empty. Is that a sentiment that you would agree with?
Well, some stars are like that, yeah.
Are you?
No, I'm not like that, but I'm playing another character who is like that. I'm getting into my character right now, so, you know...
You going to be okay at giving him his guitar this time?
Yes.
Right.
The only thing is that he walked through this gap here and keep coming through.
Well, that looks real.
Yeah.
Whatever he wants to do, but make sure that it's strapped right for him and everything this time.
But should I lift it on or do you want to hook it on again? The first take, I hooked it on.
Yeah.
Then you can just slide
Whatever
it
he wants. Just ask him whatever he wants.
Here we go, everybody. Michael. Okay, Ken. Turn over camera. Show the applause.
Pepper Wall, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for a rock and roll legend, the one and only Billy Parker!
I'm going to sing this song here for the millionth time. I'm so sick of it I could puke. But I'm going to sing it anyway.
I think there was a certain amount of trepidation, to say the least, about working with Dylan, that he represents a whole other culture, not only personally, but in everything that he is. He represents a potential for terrible misunderstandings, both on his side and on ours. How do we treat this man? He's not a professional film artiste as such. It would be wrong for us, for instance, to expect of him all of the preparations and disciplines that a screen artiste would bring to the set. So how do you deal with that? Is he going to be happy? Is he going to feel that he is achieving something? Or is he simply going to feel like a fish out of water?
Hello? Hello. I'm Anne Ashton.
Yeah, I know who you are. Come on in.
I'd like to talk to you and Billy
Yeah, well, Billy's not here, so you're gonna have to talk to me about it.
About what?
About an album.
Want a drink?
No, thank you. James would like to produce an album for you. We've already spoken to the record company, and he's very excited about it.
I messed it up again.
Yeah, but you almost got it there, babe. You could have gone through it. That's good. Cut. Yes,
I have
yes.
to take
the
this
timing
drink
is right.
real quick, right?
Well, no, you don't, because you've got, you say about what? Swig.
Swig.
You want a drink? You have time.
When the producers offered Omnibus access to the filming of Hearts of Fire, they stressed that they couldn't speak for Dylan or guarantee his cooperation. It's 20 years since he appeared in the classic Pennebaker documentary Don't Look Back. Since then, his inaccessibility has become almost legendary, and at this stage an interview seemed out of the question.
An album for you.
James called?
Yeah, he's very excited about it. We've already spoken to the record company.
We're going home. Not interested.
What?
Yes, well, listen, let me leave you my phone number, okay?
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, Billy, I can't do it without you.
Horseshit. See, he wants you, he don't want me.
Yeah, well, I want you. I won't do it without you.
Why?
Because I can't.
Well...
Cut it. That's good. It's a good take. That's it. That's it. What? What happened? I don't even know what happened. Excellent take. Very nice. Very nice.
The first day I met him, I was excited, but that has to dissipate or you'll never advance yourself. I mean, you have to feel equal with people. Very presumptuous of me to feel that way, but if we're going to be co-workers, you can't feel like you have to walk on eggshells. So I think everybody's a little more polite, but that's fading quickly as the days go by.
I think we can do that as fast as we can, Cole.
Well, I met him in March, February, March. It's now September. I've spent as much time with him as I can. He's just come back from a colossally successful tour of the United States. I hooked up with him 3 times on that tour, and we spent a lot of time together when we did. Before he went on the tour, he was finishing an album, and I spent a lot of time hanging around and talking and chatting and getting to know each other before that. Before he started his album, I used to go out to his house once a day and just hang around for a couple of hours and talk about things, myself, mostly myself, just so that he'd know who he was dealing with. Now I can just say hi without worrying about it, but when you're dealing with such an incredibly charismatic character, people do tend to advance in a very odd way, aware of the icon they're dealing with rather than the human being.
Lean forward to Bob. Lean forward to Bobby now, so you can just say something to him.
You know, I've never been in one of these things before.
Molly and Parker can react to each other a little bit.
Can't even see each other.
So you can see the mansion down below.
Which side?
Sort of down over Bobby's left foot.
Hey, what is that place?
That must be James's place, right, James? Yeah. You got a lighting plant down there? What? A lighting plant.
No, I haven't. Why would I need a lighting plant?
Well, if the lights blow out, you can still run your electric train.
That's nice.
Yeah, lovely.
He's so cute. He's wearing his headset like an earring.
The script synopsis describes Hearts of Fire as a love triangle. Former rock idol Billy Parker helps a young singer, Molly Maguire, on her way to the top. Current British megastar James Colt, played by Rupert Everett, falls for Molly and introduces her and Billy to his own luxurious lifestyle.
I'll have the lobster and the champagne, please, Alfred.
Very good, sir. And for you, miss?
Maggie.
Molly.
Right, that's what I said.
I'll have the same, please.
I just have a couple of hamburgers and a beer.
A Miller Lite or a Bud, sir?
Anything you say.
Very good, sir.
I got simple taste, Jim Boy. In food, women, and rock and roll.
How did you come to get involved in it in the first place? And was that just on the basis of the script, or what?
Because Christophe Lambert turned it down, and so Richard Else meted it, and I thought, well, first of all, I thought I liked Richard's film Jagged Edge, and I also liked Return of the Jedi a lot, and so I thought that's pretty, you know, good thing to be involved with. But and then really, you know, I would work with Bob on you know on anything, you know. The idea of getting to know him was, I think, for everyone involved probably was really exciting. I'd do Coronation Street with if Bob was in it. I'd do it actually anyway.
During the third week of shooting, there were signs that Dylan might be willing to talk on camera, but no one could say where or when.
Hey, what are you doing in my trailer? Hey, which way are you going? My trailer. Come on then. What are you doing in my trailer? You're supposed to be going in. Huh? Who's in my trailer? Yeah. Oh, you come this far, no farther.
They've always been free, always been free.
Let's get a phone up here on the stage so we can
Hello? Right, there's a further fuck-up now, which is that Dylan's track isn't here at all. There are 3 versions. Do you remember? Well, Ian only has 2, and it so happens that the third one is the only one acceptable to Bob Dylan. And it's not here. We need it. Otherwise, Dylan doesn't get to play today.
In the big concert scenes, the script's fictional characters are played by well-known professional musicians like Ron Wood of the Rolling Stones, Terry Williams of Dire Straits, and Richie Havens. Ian Dury plays Bones, the concert promoter.
Hobson's. Someone like you. Someone like you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we move the camera in position.
In this atmosphere, between takes, Dylan seemed far more approachable.
Is there a particular scene in the film, either as written or looking ahead, which you think is especially significant?
Not really. I don't even know the scenes in this movie, to tell you the truth. You know. They're all good, I guess. I don't know. But I'm a perfectionist maybe in other areas than movie making. You know, it's helpful to work with some of these people that know so much more about it. You know, Rupert, some of these other people, guys that plays, what's his name, the promoter. These people are good, you know. So they just make you good.
I think your movements, if you can make them sort of like determined and quick, like you're going for this guy, because you don't, you know, you're very pissed off with him in particular. You're very pissed off with him, and when you get to him, you know, it's you really are pissed off with him. Just claim him, just grab him, and then he'll play his actions to you. He'll play his reactions to your action, whatever you want to do with him, rather than hit him. I would shake him.
Shh. Everybody, it's quite a difficult thing to work out, so help us and keep quiet.
If you can hold him like this.
Works better from
okay, and then you can let go of it with one hand and maybe try and push somebody else off. Let's see a bit of your head turn. You know, you can look around you and just push people off. But it's that messiness that we want.
And action!
We didn't get another chance to talk to Dylan before the Hearts of Fire unit left for Canada.
Last night I stumbled across a brand new rock and roll movie that's being shot on location in England and here in Toronto. It's called Hearts of Fire, and it stars, the typically elusive Bob Dylan, Fiona, and Rupert Everett, all three enmeshed in a musical love triangle. Last night, hundreds of fans crowded into a secret location to act as the audience for the final concert scene.
Barefoot servants too.
You do exactly what Mo gave you, which is after the bridge, you come in and you play. And then you just play along. You find a position over there, and you just play along.
One evening, between scenes, in a kind of no-man's land in the suburbs of Toronto, Dylan asked us into his trailer. He wasn't committing himself to an interview proper, but said we could talk for a while and see how things went.
Yeah, we're just testing out here now. Nothing's for sure. We're just casting people here.
We're casting a little scene. This is for our BBC documentary that we're making about the making of Hearts of Fire, with special reference to Bob Dylan, as I always keep
Exactly.
Yeah. So actually, Bob.
Wait a minute. Let's wait a second. I'll be right back.
How do you decide when to? How do you decide when to talk to people and when not to? I hope this isn't some horrible practical joke.
You think I'm talking now?
I don't know. Maybe you're just playing around. Why is that so amusing?
I'm surprised you haven't really asked these questions in some other, like a Roger Daltrey's thing. Or Peter Townsend.
Well, of course I would.
Or Paul McCartney.
If I'd been commissioned to make a film that involved them, I suppose I would be. I would be asking.
You would have to, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say anything that you're going to get any revelations about. I mean, not going to happen.
I'm saying I'm not trying to do that. I mean, I hope you're in nice.
Could you grow your beard just a little bit more, like next to
grow it?
Yeah, grow it.
I'll put it down a bit for you now. So you're not really. I mean, anything you're telling us, you mean, is just like.
No, I'm trying to satisfy your need to probe into my private life and thoughts here, in a way that's not going to embarrass me or hopefully confound me. Hopefully not confound me. Okay, just press on.
You tell me what you're doing.
Huh?
What are you doing?
Well, I'm just going to draw something here, and I'll show you the way I draw. If I can draw. If it's good, I'll show it to you. If it's not, forget it.
can you talk while you're doing it? I mean, because the
Sure.
thing we were
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
I
earlier
can.
on before we
I
were
can
filming
talk while I'm doing
is I'm intrigued by this idea that your songs, a lot of them, are constructed like movies.
My songs
a
are?
correct thing to say, yeah. They're like compressed.
Which ones?
All Along the Watchtower, for example. I heard it by Hendrix first, I have to say, but it's something I really love as a song, and I've listened to all these different versions of it. It's like very tight visual imagery, as though it's been written at enormous length, and then had things stripped out of it, leaving only just these kind of key images, and then with the sort of suggestions of sound and stuff in it. I suppose what I want to know is, when you write a song, am I right about you doing it like that? I mean,
No.
do you... How do you...
Many ways.
There's stories with visual images, that's what I'm saying, like with a lot of
I don't know whether they are. They're whatever they are to whoever's listening to them. No, I don't do those things. I don't have any plan. I don't have any set way of writing songs.
It's a very amusing idea.
Huh?
It's a very amusing idea.
What, writing songs?
No, drawing this picture.
Where do you see it?
I hope you'll sign it.
When you sign it, I may not even show it to you.
But I read this wonderful article once about Schubert.
Yeah.
And this guy was saying, I've never forgotten this, he said that listening to all these Schubert songs, you had to think that he was connected to some kind of pipe down which all this stuff came.
A pipe?
Yeah, some sort of a pipe or conduit. You know, because he couldn't kind of grasp that this guy Schubert was writing all these songs himself.
Yeah.
And the question was, where did they kind of come from? Now he was saying, well, you could only really... He managed to write it in a way that kind of chilled you a bit. You know, he said, well, you could only speculate on who or what the other end of the pipe was connected to. Now, I suppose I want to know where all your songs come from.
Well, I can't tell you that because I'm not God, you know? God only knows those things.
Some people think you are, don't they?
Well, they said that about Eric Clapton too, didn't they?
You just write them like someone punches
I just write
rivet
them.
holes.
I just write them. I don't know. You know, I just write them because nobody says you can't write them. Well, at least where I come from.
And the actual business and technical stuff of how you lay it out, I mean, there's plenty of people who know how to do that. But you know how to tell stories.
Really?
Well, you like telling stories in your songs.
Not really.
No.
I don't know many stories that I've written.
Observations, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't really call them stories. You know, stories are things which have a beginning, middle, and end. My things are more like short attention span things that happens in a group of crowded people that goes down very quickly. So a normal eye wouldn't even notice it.
I'm going to have to look at my list. I don't usually find it that difficult to ask people questions, but for someone...
Well, here's your list. I'm good.
Oh, right.
Here's your list.
Oh,
Here.
right.
All right. This is fucked up here.
You know how people think you're some kind of shaman, don't they?
Shaman?
Yeah. That's the word. I mean, that has to be the word.
I don't know, man. I mean, I wish you'd tell some people that, you know, that write in, write in the... I don't know what people think of me. I only know about how, you know, record companies say to you, you know, and, you know, managers and people like that, you know, people who want you to do things. I only hear about that stuff.
Can you just tell us a little business, Bob, again about what other people seem to want to do with you and what you feel
It's
about
not me. It's everybody, you know. Everyone is a puppet master. Everyone likes to control puppets and pull their strings, but without saying, I am nobody's puppet. Nobody pulls my strings, you know. And I'm sorry, you know. I just don't. I don't like that scene.
You see, I think... Oh, sorry.
Let me see. I got just one little thing to do, but that's all. You know, that's all.
But you see, I think that does make you. You insist that everyone's more or less the same. I think that makes you extraordinarily special, that you manage to be nobody's
Listen,
puppet.
I've come through good times and bad times, you know? So I'm not fooled by good times, bad times. Right now, yeah, you're making a movie, going, you know, we've been playing some big tours, but I've seen the bottom too, you know? So, you know, if you can work, you know, that's all you can ask. In this day and age, you know, you can't take that for granted. Just to work is to be able to work is what a person should strive after, you know.
I think I know what you mean, but a lot of people in England watching our film, when they hear that, you know, where we've got a lot of unemployment, they might think, well, that's they might think, well, that's all very well for Bob Dylan to say that. I mean, he's got a whole lot of money and stuff. I mean,
a whole lot of money.
You don't mean money, do you? That's what
I don't mean money. I mean, I started out with no money. I tell them, I don't want to hear about money. I had less money than anybody I know when I started out. I had no money. I mean, if you're talking about, you know, paper money. And money in the bank or value, wealth, what you know, possessions and all that stuff. I had nothing, you know, so it's not like I went out and got into music to make money. There wasn't any money to be made in music when I was in. If you could just support yourself, you were doing good. You know, there wasn't any money. It wasn't this big billion-dollar industry that it is today, and people do go into it just to make money, and because it's proved that you can make money in that field. But that's a sad thing, you know. But I guess it could be because it changes the quality of the work that's being done, and you can tell. I mean, if you listen to the you know, popular taste of the people. What they've been given is a different thing than.
Do you know how to put this under here? I'm a bit bothered about the sound, the fire sound, is it?
Pretty good. That's very good.
It's pretty good. It's extremely flattering. Can you just say a bit more about the sort of music that, as you say, people are being fed out of this, what I suppose is this vast money?
Well, but it's about to change. It's about to change. It's about to change. It will change. Yeah, you know, machines are making most of the music now. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that all the songs sound the same? I mean, I don't know if you've noticed that. I mean, I mean, you could be hearing one song. I mean, you could take the lyrics from another song and put it right onto because the rhythms are the same. You know, the drum and the drones are the same, and the machines can only do so much. You know, they can only make it sound different so many different kinds of ways. So it doesn't sound different. It sounds all the same. And now that's good for the industry because a lot of people invent these machines and need, you know, and sell these machines. Plus, it's also very good because a person now, the good things you can do with them is you could have your own little band, like a one-man band with these machines. You know what I mean? But that's not the point. The point really isn't to be a one-man band unless you can play an instrument like a one-man band. You know. I remember Roger McGuinn years ago. He used to take a tape recorder up on the stage long before synthetic music became popular, and he used to play the background track from one of his songs, and he'd stand there and sing it. That was done. I think he was probably the first person ever to do that. But that type of music doesn't have any roots, and it doesn't have any foundation to it. You see, and so man, I really messed you up on one side here. But then there's a lot of kids all around. They just don't like it, and so what they're doing is, I mean, they just buying instruments and playing, but they're not listening to those records either. They're listening to the old records. So there's a lot of young groups, a lot of young kids that are playing music, which I see, which play the old style of music, and they're all kids now, but in 4 or 5 years they won't be, and that whole it's all going to turn around. It's all going to turn around. That's what I see anyway.
Is that going to be good?
Oh yeah, because you know, there are certain rules and regulations to it. I mean, you just don't sit down and write a song. You know, I mean, there's a certain amount of learning you have to, you know, to go through to get to that point, and not only living experience, but I mean, you also have to learn how to, you know, you have to learn how to play an instrument, and some kind of, you know, you have to carry some kind of tune, I guess. So yeah, that is going to be good. That's going to be good. I just said it would be.
In the hotel I'm staying in, I'm in room 801, and in 802, I find that there's a girl called Sarah Dillon.
Really? Jesus.
And you know, I had a drink with her, and she tells me she's your sister.
Oh boy. What does she look like?
She says that she looks very like you. I mean, she's dark. She's 10 years younger than you, and she has this extraordinary delusion.
Well, there are people who follow me around, and they have passports, and they have driver's licenses, and they all have Dillon as their name. You know, what can I do about that? I can't do nothing about that. They change the name on their birth certificate and all that. You know, what are you asking me about? I mean, I don't.
I suppose because I found it slightly frightening. I mean, I personally.
Well, you should report her to the local constable or something. She's an impersonator, I guess. You know, I don't know.
One does think about John Lennon getting shot, and maybe you have to worry about something like that. You know, what have you made some sort of decision that you're not going to?
What decision?
Well, I mean, you don't have sort of security people around you and so on. I mean, and you apparently you flew up to Toronto.
Oh, many times I have security people around me. Well, you just can't see them, that's all. Nobody knows ever who's with me or who's not. I don't advertise who I come in with.
But is that something that bothers you ever? I mean, the idea that because you're very famous, someone who thinks they love you might want to kill you.
Well, that's always the case, isn't it? I mean, isn't that the way it always happens? Aren't you usually killed by a person who loves you the most? I don't know. I mean, Jesse James was, supposedly. I mean, some guy got in close to him, you know, who he thought was his good friend.
What do you think of the drawing?
I don't know. A bunch of things that I don't like about it. But I'll get it right. It's like, I got enough love around me, you know? So I don't need no people's love. I don't need to go out to play to a crowd of 20, 30, 50,000 people for their love. Some performers have to, you know, but I don't. I got enough love just in my immediate surroundings, so I don't care. I don't need. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm listening because I'm fascinated by what you're talking
Yeah.
about. I mean, that would account for why.
Well, that accounts for why a lot of entertainers do what they do, because they want the love of another group of people, you know. And I don't do it for love. I do it because I can do it and I think I'm good at it, you know. That's all I do it for.
Does that explain why the other evening at the sort of mock concert, you didn't sort of say anything to the audience? You know, people in the press, they said, well, people all turned up to this thing, and why didn't Dylan just say hello?
What was I supposed to say hello for? It had nothing to do with me. I'm there making a movie. I'm not there in a crowd. What, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. That's what they said. You know,
well, why didn't you tell them?
Oh, no, I mean, I just read it in the paper, and that made me wonder. I thought, well, why didn't you just say, I bet I would. I'd feel the pressure.
No,
I'd
I
feel
tell
the
you,
pressure
no matter
from
what
everyone.
you say, it's not enough, is it? You know, if I could have gone, I'd say, hello, everybody, how you doing out there? And, you know, they say, play a song, bro, play a song. I say, oh, man, I don't feel like it right now. Then that would be in the press. Well, Jones was there, you know, he was grumpy, he was moody, he was a recluse. He came out for a few minutes and he said hello to the audience, and he went back into his trailer or something, into the seclusion of his own little kingdom, which is what, you know, people would say.
I mean, it's
Well, I'm just actually quoting you almost verbatim when something has been said.
But it's always a losing situation. In
What?
terms of,
Not for me, because I don't play that game. Maybe I'm not done yet. Still got something else to do. I don't play that game. And you wouldn't either if you were in my shoes. You wouldn't play that game. People treat famous people all the same. Doesn't matter what the person's famous for. You could be famous for, you know, shooting of the president or something. You know what I mean? You're still famous. They put your picture on across on all the newspapers. You're famous for something. You could be a famous fashion designer, or a famous movie star, or a famous Wall Street executive. But you're still, on your degree of fame, you know, you're just famous. If people react to famous people, you know. So if you talk to famous people, I guess I am one of them because I have a certain degree of notoriety and fame. Everybody just kind of copes with it a different way, but nobody really seems to think it's what they went after. You know, a lot of people go after fame and money, but they're really after money. They don't really want the fame, you know, because the fame is the you know, to walk down the street or to go somewhere and have people. It's like when you look through a window. Say you're passing a little pub or a little inn, and you look through the window and you see all the people eating and talking and carrying on. You can watch outside the window, and you can see them all be very real with each other, as real as they're going to be. Because when you walk into the room, it's over. You won't see them being real anymore. As you,
not me.
No. Me, and even if you're in the room, you'll notice that things have changed. Things have changed just because a person walks in the room who can be a focus point for everybody. You know, I don't know. Maybe that's got something to do with it. I really can't say. I don't pay any attention to it.
Is that a drag then? Oh no, you just said you don't pay any attention
No,
to it.
I don't pay any attention to it. I just don't. Life is short, you know, and I mean, what do most people want from me? They want your autograph. Nobody knows me, and I don't know them. You know? They walk up, they think they know me because I've written some song that happens to bother them in a certain way, and they can't get rid of, you know, in their mind. They got nothing to do with me. They still don't know me, and I still don't know them. So they walk up, you know, as if, excuse me, you know, as if long-lost brothers or sisters or something. Well, that's got nothing to do with me. I think I could prove that in any court.
You're very generous towards people, autograph hunters, aren't you? I mean, I noticed that particularly at Bristol. I mean, you had to sign about 60, you know. I mean, you could choose not to do that.
Well, sometimes it's easier to be polite than it is to be rude. Sometimes the other way around.
And how do you judge when and which way around?
Well, instinct. There's a song we used to sing called Trust Yourself. Sort of like that was kind of about that.
I didn't know that song.
Now, if you really want to make this documentary great, you'll go back and you'll get a clip.
You know, you do it, you know, yeah.
Trust Yourself, and you'll stick that in right there.
Well, a good look at the list.
See the similarities here. I'm not sure I'd show this to anybody, actually.
When you were jamming with the others the other night.
Yeah, I
at
hope
the
you're going to
concert.
give me a break to get ready for my scene.
Yeah, I'm just kind of about to do that, mate.
Good talking to you.
Okay, well, look, thank you very much. Well,
okay, I don't know if we answered any questions or not, but what do you think?
Well, very good.
You gotta see it like that, you know. Maybe I'll keep it in here for a while, kind of remind me of you when you leave.
Well, I got a couple more years on you, babe, and that's all. I've had more chances to fly and more places to fall. Ain't that I'm wiser, I've just spent more time with my back to the wall. And I picked up a couple more years on you, babe, and that's all. Well, I've been down more roads than you, babe, and that's all. Now I'm tired of running while you're only learning to crawl. You're heading somewhere, but I've been that somewhere. Found it's nowhere at all. And I picked up a couple more years on you, babe, and that's all. I wrote that for you. Never finished it.
You should.
Heavy metal. Like who?
Judas Priest, Ozzy, Motley Crue.
Oh, yeah, you like Ozzy?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about Rat? How about Rat?
Aerosmith.
Well, those people can come on over here. Sure can. I mean, if you care to.
Can I get your autograph?
Maybe. Maybe. Howdy?
Hello.
What's happening? Not a whole, not a lot, huh?
I'm a fan of Bobby's for a long time.
Oh, yeah, all wrestlers are. There's a BBC camera crew here making a documentary of the making of this particular movie. And, you know, that's what it's all about.
Smile. Smile for the camera.
Okay. You want to take another one?
Sure.
Okay, take one more.
Here, Grizzly.
Get one in there.
Whose camera is that, yours?
Moi.
Ernie Bush is right here.
Yep, you got it.
Okay, you got to get me one with me and Grizzly, too.
You remember him, eh?
I sure do.
Here, look a little this way so we get the profile so we know what he's seeing. Yeah.
This way?
No, just push it straight in.
What happens?
You push the button straight in, like squeeze back towards your beard. I'm not going to get any rid of it. Just squeeze it like a pimple or something. Pull it back.
Who's that?
This movie's probably better than the other movie.
Listen, can we use your camera and take one picture?
Yeah.
Okay, right on.
That's it. Oh, you gotta. No, you gotta.
Oh, yeah. I want one of these, too. And also, this is my car. Okay. Do one for me.
Do one for me.
Okay. Okay. No, you're in the way. Well, it's autograph time.
This is better than Santa at Christmas.
To who?
The underwear.
Okay.
think we're going to have to get up and get out of here.
Let's go for a beer.
No, we're going to go to sleep tonight.
Beer break.